Hello and welcome. Today we're jumping right into the luxury real estate market for St. Pete's incredible beach communities. This is a special overview from Bennati with RE/MAX Metro, and we're focusing on properties over $1 million. And let me tell you, for July 2025, the whole story is about one thing: a massive shift in power.
And really, this quote says it all. The big story for the luxury market right now is this decisive move into a buyer's market. What that means is there's been a huge surge in the number of homes for sale. And that's giving buyers, well, it's giving them everything. More choices, more time to think, and, most importantly, some serious negotiating power.
First up, let's talk about Tierra Verde, that's zip code 33715. If you're a luxury home buyer, this place is basically ground zero for opportunity at this very moment. And the numbers, well, they're pretty eye-opening.
The entire story of this market, what's really going on, can be boiled down to one key number. And here it is. Get this. Tierra Verde has over 13 months of inventory for single-family homes. Now, to put that in perspective, a normal, balanced market has about 6 months of inventory. This means it would take over a full year to sell all the homes currently on the market. That is a staggering 427% increase from last year. And because of that huge supply, it makes sense that homes are sitting on the market for a median of 115 days. That gives a buyer looking at a $2.75 million property all the time in the world to make the right move.
All right, next, let's cruise over to St. Pete Beach and Pass a Grill, zip code 33706. It's also a buyer's market, no question, but the opportunity here is a little different and, for some, even more compelling.
So, what's the big opportunity I'm talking about? Well, it all comes down to this number right here.
88%. That's what homes are selling for compared to their original list price. To put it simply, that means on average, properties here are selling for a 12% discount. That is the biggest markdown for buyers anywhere in the areas we're looking at today. And it's a direct result of having almost 8 months of inventory, which just hands buyers some powerful leverage at the negotiating table.
So we've seen two very clear buyer's markets, right? One is defined by having a ton of choices, and the other is defined by getting deep discounts. But here's the thing, this trend isn't universal. In fact, you just have to go one zip code over and the whole story changes.
And this brings us to the exception to the rule. We're still in St. Pete Beach, but now we're in zip code 33707. This area is a fantastic reminder that in real estate, everything is local. Every single neighborhood can tell its own story.
You just have to look at the numbers. With just under 6 months of inventory, this market is considered balanced. And because of that, sellers are getting about 95% of their asking price, and homes are selling in a much quicker 51 days. The bottom line here, if you're a buyer in this specific area, you're going to have a lot less negotiating power than in the other beach communities we just looked at.
Okay, so we've seen the data. We've seen the subtle and not so subtle differences between these communities that are right next to each other. So what on earth does this all mean for you? Let's break down the strategy, whether you're looking to buy or looking to sell.
For luxury buyers, the message could not be clearer. This is your moment. It is an incredible time to buy. You've got unmatched choice because of all that inventory in Tierra Verde, and you've got amazing opportunities for a great deal with all that negotiating room in St. Pete Beach's 33706 zip code. The slower pace of the market just means you have the time you need to be confident in your decision.
Now, for luxury sellers, the view is, well, it's a bit different. The landscape is without a doubt competitive. To win, you have to be smart. Pricing your home right from day one is absolutely essential. You've got to prepare for it to take a bit longer to sell, so patience is really key. And with so much for buyers to choose from, a powerful marketing plan isn't a nice-to-have, it's the only way you're going to make your home stand out from the crowd.
So, as we've seen, you just can't paint this beautiful coastline with one single brush. The market has a totally different personality in every zip code. And if you want to navigate these nuances successfully, it really demands deep, expert, local knowledge.
So for that kind of personalized, expert guidance, the kind that's tailored to exactly what you want to achieve in this dynamic market, you can contact Bennati with RE/MAX Metro.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. In a market that is just flooded with beautiful high-end homes, the challenge really shifts. It's not just about finding any buyer anymore. It's about how sellers can innovate, how they can get creative to truly capture a buyer's attention. Thank you for watching.